Alright, so I'm going to be doing something new. I'm going to do recaps of the week with Monday Night Raw, Tuesday night NXT, Wednesday night AEW, and Friday night SmackDown. I'm just going to do it like that. I'm going to try something new. During the week, the videos are kind of like killing me, with either I'm doing it at nighttime or I'm doing it really early in the morning because I do work a 9 to 5 and I work out. I do a lot of things during the week. So I'm going to try something new. Probably videos are just going to go out on the Sundays, so I'll do a recap of the whole week. I'm going to try to do some TNA stuff, and I'm going to try to do other promotions, but like I said, I don't really watch enough things out there for me to even keep up with a lot of these things with my everyday life. But like I said, I am trying to grow the channel, so I'm going to try to fit in some other stuff. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, like and subscribe, and let's get to the video. Alright, and before I start this video, I just want to talk about, the other things that I do. I do TikTok, so if you guys want to check that out, it's the same name and same logo. I do skits there, and I try to bring fans from over there to YouTube. And then also, if YouTube, you guys want to go over there, you go check that out, what I'm doing over there. So the non-serious stuff is over there, and then the serious stuff is here. So yeah, if you guys want to check it out. So when I do these recap videos, I'm not going to talk about everything that's happening on the show because these videos will be like 6 hours long probably, and I can keep going. I can ramble a lot. So what I'm gonna do is I pick out the more intriguing things on what's happening, right? Like the world title scenes for the men's and women, and if the tag team division is hot, right, on something that's juicy, I'll talk about it. Anything juicy, any rivalry juicy, anything going on that's actually more talked about, I'll get into. Again, I don't want to talk about everything again because these videos will be like go forever, right? So, all right. So the first thing I want to talk about is the crate, right? This crate that's supposed to be debuting, let's say, right? And it's supposed to be opening up in Elimination Chamber. So Adam is in a segment with this guy. He shows up with the crate. And he's like, what is this? And then there's a date on there, for the Elimination Chamber. So who's in the box? Could it be my grandma? Could it be Barney? Could it be, I don't know, Peppa Pig? I don't know who's in there. A lot of speculation talking about it could be Danhausen. I like that. But is it going to be him? I don't think they'll do that. Not in a Triple H kind of booking way. I mean, you never know. Could it be Chris Jericho? Doubt it. I don't know. Again, I don't think he'll be in a box. Why would he? I mean, it's definitely a size for a person that they could go in there. But again, you don't know, right? We don't know. It could be a promotional thing, which would be a waste. I don't know. This is like giving me gobbledygooper vibes. I don't know what's in that crate, to be honest with you. And it's getting people talking, right? So at least it's doing that. It's getting the people to talk. Okay, now I want to talk about the interview that Liv Morgan was supposed to have with Michael Cole. Stephanie Vaquer came in, cut this amazing promo in Spanish. And it actually gave you the dialogue of what she was saying. So, for people who didn't understand her. But yeah, they should let her cut more promos in Spanish. I mean, she's getting there with English, she's learning. But like if people can speak in their native language, just let them, They've done it with Oscar, they've done it with Io. Just let them talk in their language. Julia. You're not always gonna get people who can speak perfect English, right? And it doesn't seem right. You got really good wrestlers who speak another language. Just let them speak in their native language sometimes. And then they're learning as they go. Sometimes they'll throw in some English in there. So it's okay. Yeah, don't try to force it. But yeah, she ended up making her cry in the end. Which was like, okay. They're definitely doing this match for WrestleMania. So that's something to look out for. It's definitely gonna heat up soon with those two. Then we have the ring segment with CM Punk and Finn Balor, right? With JD and Dominic being there. So yeah, look, we all know what's gonna happen. So what they're gonna do is to like make this juicy. I think this is the way they're gonna turn Finn face, right? Because throughout the whole thing, CM Punk turns around and then JD goes for it, right? And Dom, and he just, he stops them and tells them no. And, I think something's going to happen where, because we know who's going to win, right? The Roman and CM Punk match is happening. So what's going to happen is, so Finn Balor could be in the verge of losing, JD and Dominic could be interfering, or just JD. Who knows how that's going to go? And however way they want to go with it. But I feel like JD is the one who's really, really going to be the one to portray him. Maybe Dom as well. Maybe Dom might not be there. I don't know. But JD's definitely looking at Finn like he's not liking what's going on. Finn is just trying to prove himself that he doesn't need help from the Judgment Day. But JD's he's not for none of that. So this is a way of just excusing something was going to happen for the pay-per-view. For something good to happen, right? Have Finn Balor turn face. We'll see what happens if he gets jumped after the match or he gets attacked after the match. Punk might help him. I don't know what they'll do, right? But definitely this is a face turn coming for Finn. I mean, he's been a heel for a while and it's been fun. But now I think it's time to change his character up and make him a face. I think everybody missed the whole, his whole thing came back. So let's do that again. Let's bring Finn back to the good side, and it's been real having him as a heel. So it's been fun. Like I said, and then the Judgment Day cracking thing is happening. With everybody within it, it's cracking. It's been going on for so long, so it's like definitely it's just it's all over the place. It's all over the place. Okay, and then we have the AJ Lee and Becky Lynch segment. So. Becky, she's doing her best work with AJ. She's like showing so much emotion. She's never showed this much hatred for someone before. AJ Lee's like really under her skin. But yeah, she just basically what CM Punk did when he turned around for Finn for them to attack him. She throws the microphone down and she's like, "Go ahead, get the free punch." And Becky doesn't go for it because she says, "You're gonna be giving excuses for why you can't make it to Elimination Chamber and all that stuff." So she walks away. So I like this program and I see what they're doing here. People seem to forget that it's not for the title. A lot of people kept saying it's for the title. I don't think it is. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments, but I know what I heard. But yeah, I think it's for a number one contenders match for the belt. I think that's what's happening. Yeah, because same thing what AEW does, which I don't like. Like, why are we facing the champions for them to lose and then for them to lose later on? And if you beat the champion and you beat the champion again, it's like, just do the whole regular number one contenders against that wrestler, the best of the best. Boom. Now you fight that best to be the champion, right? Let's just do it like that. But yeah, that's that. There's going to be a screwy finish for that. I guess it was just to get people in, right? To buy tickets for Elimination Chamber because it's in Chicago. And lastly, what I want to talk about is the whole hooded guy, right? Who attacked again. Seems like the Vision and Adam Pearce share the same thing because he's saying, yeah, the hooded guy's becoming a problem for me as well. And then Bronson Reed tells him, "Oh, I'll take him out for you." And he's like, "Thank you." Or whatever however he put that. Like he'll take him out, he takes care of problems or whatever he said. And he goes, "Thank you." I think that's no problem. But yeah, the hooded guy, I'm pretty sure it's Seth. And if it's not going to be Seth, who the hell else it could be? Probably another lackey of his. Or it can just be... I know I made a video a long time ago saying that Theory was behind everything with Seth. But I don't know if they're still playing this thing with Theory where he's going to be this guy where it's like, we had to make it real. And I had to get attacked as well for the plan to work, right? But yeah, that's that whole thing with that storyline. Hopefully Seth and Braun can get healthy and we can have that match because they set it all up and then they're still continuing this thing. So yeah, hopefully we can continue with that story. And those are I think those 4, right? Those are the 4 main things I wanted to talk about for Monday Night Raw. What happened? All right, now let's talk about NXT. All right, Joe Hendry and Ricky Saints, they're gonna have a match on Vengeance Day. Yeah, Vengeance Day in March. Yeah, Ricky Saints attacked them last week, so you know, I knew they were gonna do this program, but it was like shocking when they did the whole thing with the Vanity Project, the member Drake, I think his name is. Yeah, Drake. I think it's Drake. Yeah, he had a match with him, and that was his first title reign. I mean, title defense. Wow, I'm all over the place. His first title defense, and yeah. So Ricky Saints, I was pretty sure they were gonna have to do that first program first. You know, do that first program. Jesus Christ, my words are all over the place. Do that first program because the whole thing will happen between them in the ladder. And yeah, you know, Ricky Saints wants to be the champion. That's just his character, right? He's a really good heel. You know, I liked him as a face when they brought him in, but you know, bringing him as a heel, good job. So yeah, that's a good program for Joe Hendry, and I hope he retains. But at the same time, let him at least be champion up until Stand and Deliver, so he can come to the main roster because he deserves to be in the main roster, honestly. Then we had the number one contenders fatal 4-way match. We had OTM, the Vanity Project. We had the Calling and Hank and Tank. And I'm very shocked that they had the Vanity Project win. I was like, huh? Because it's gonna be heels on heel, right? Heels on heels. There you go. With Dark State, right, being the champions and Vanity Project being this. All right. So Dark State is more of the serious heel group, and then Vanity Project is like the goofy heel group, right? So I don't know. I think maybe Tony so far. All right. I'm just gonna add that in there with Tony. He destroyed one of the members, right? I think it was Cutler. That was his name. He destroyed him in minutes, and I think he's gonna do what he said he was gonna do. He's gonna take everything away from them. So I think what's gonna happen is the Vanity Project is gonna go up against them. They're gonna win the belt because of Tony distracting them, or something's gonna happen. And I think Vanity Project is gonna be the champions after that. I think that's where they're going with that. I'm gonna predict that one. Then we had the whole thing with a Fatal Influence, right? So JC Jane is just this whole thing with JC Jane and Sol Ruka. I think Sol Ruka, what's gonna happen is she's gonna lose because they're getting her ready for the main roster, and I hope they don't change her music like what they were saying. They're gonna change her music and her character, and I'm just like, come on. She's good where she's at. The character and the music. What are we doing? Don't do it, WWE. Why do we have to do these things? But yeah, she's gonna lose because of Zarya. Because there was a backstage segment with her saying "Go to hell," right? But then she saved her when they attacked her. But then I don't know. I think she's just playing this game. Like she's showing her, you know, I'm going to show you that I'm still on your side. And then when the match happens, she's going to distract her or betray her, right? Should I say. And then they might do a blow-off match with them. And then she's going to go to the main roster. I think that's what's going to happen. So, yeah, I'm just going to go with that. And then I know people don't like to talk about this, but I'm going to talk about it because it involves a champion, a title, should I say. The speed title tournament. With Elio LaFleur, right? And Eli Knight. Those two are really good. But yeah, for the first time ever, all right, they drawed, right? And then Robert Stone made it a triple threat. It's the first time that's ever happened before. And it's going to have a 7-minute time limit. So I guess they're just trying to make that speed thing a little bit more interesting, right? So yeah, I'm intrigued by it. Robert Stone so far, I'm okay with him being the general manager. Like last week I did a recap on NXT. He was basically just like a whatever GM, like do whatever you want. But now I think with all that, I don't know, all of a sudden now he's trying to be a little bit more, you know, up to the books. I don't know. It felt like that to me. It didn't feel the same like last week where he was just like, whatever, do what you want. Yeah. You know, show me some some ruthless aggression, whatever. You know, how he was acting. Like, do something different, right? How he was acting last week. But, and then the main event with Ethan Page and Shiloh Hill. So, of course, the Vanity Project helped out Ethan Page, and it was for the North American title, by the way. And Shiloh Hill lost, but Miles Bourne, right? Same thing when I'm bringing Rival Stone's name up again. He told him to show him a side that he's never showed before. So Miles Bourne did exactly that. he literally put a chair and wrapped it around his ankle, right? Ethan's ankle, and he threatened him, and he goes, all right, I'll give you a match. Then he walks away and says, I knew you couldn't do it. He was about to take it off, and then he just smashes his ankle. And I'm just like, Miles Bourne, whoa, okay. This is the character we've been looking for. I don't know if he's going to turn heel, or maybe he's just going to have more of an edge to him. But I feel like he was too nice. But, yeah, Miles Bourne definitely is... He's going to be something in the future. So maybe he might take the title away from Ethan Page. Let's put Ethan Page in the main roster too, please. Because he's too good. And definitely they're putting all these young bucks in NXT. You know, they added a lot of people. So I guess maybe they're just trying to keep the bigger names around still so that people can watch NXT. People don't. But at the same time, give NXT a chance. It really are some pretty good wrestlers on there. And I know sometimes the matches could be a little green, but again, these are people who's getting ready for the main roster. I mean, NXT is not where it used to be when it was the black and gold brand. Oh my God, the black and gold brand when Triple H was in charge, that was the best NXT ever. But now, you know, NXT is different with Sean. Sean is basically just bringing up these people, right? It's not what it was before, where it was a bunch of indie people in this. I mean, they have sprinkled indie people, but there's more people who are green getting screen time in the NXT these days. But it's definitely something you should try and watch. It's a good show, so give NXT a chance. All right, now we get to All Elite Wrestling, AEW Dynamite. So again, remember when I said I'm only talking about the most talked about things for me and the more important things, what was happening. So the tag team scene with the Young Bucks and FTR, we've seen it before. And they had a segment, right? And then the Young Bucks attacked FTR. And then they super kicked Stokely Hathaway. So look, it's a match we've seen before. And were the Young Bucks the heels before? I think they were. So I think it's now the FTR is... I don't know. I feel like they swapped places, right? We've seen it before. That's all I have to say. So I don't know what much to say about that one. Then Willow defended her title against was it Marina Shafir, Megan Bayne, and Mina, right? Yeah. So Willow wins, and I don't know, maybe she'll have a feud with Megan, or they'll have Shafir still in this. I don't know. I'm not too sure what they'll do with this scene. Because so far, you have those women. I mean, Megan looked upset after the match, and Shafir was saying bullshit. So, I don't know. That title scene is interesting. It's up for grabs for any of those two. But she retained. I mean, we still have Julia Hart, too, right? That's another one where that can be in that title scene. But I think they already had their match, and she defended the belt successfully. But... yeah, Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir seems like the main ones that could be the ones to take that off of her. And then you never know, maybe Mercedes Moné, but she's taking a break, so yeah, there's that. Now this segment between Hangman and MJF. Oh my God. Okay, this is one of the bigger ones out of the whole show. All right, the last one was the biggest one, but this is like second place right here. So Hangman suggests a Texas death match, right? And MJF says, no sirree. So he tells him, how about if you win, I never challenge for that title ever again. Pulling a Cody Rhodes. That's interesting. And he said, I'll give you my word. So in a way, it's like he's giving him his word, but then what if he becomes heel and then doesn't stick with his word and still goes after the title? You know what I'm saying? That's very interesting. What if he loses and he never really does go after the title? Because AEW is the type of place where if they say something, it sticks that way, right? So, I don't know. That one's very interesting and juicy. I like this one. This one has my hands going against each other, just like, yes, yes. But I like that one. So this is interesting. Now it's like giving you, like, you don't know who's going to win also. So, and then Will Ospreay is like up in the air right now, right? We don't know if he's going to make it to London. So that's another one right there. I mean, I know I said I wanted that to happen so he could take the belt off MJF in London. But I don't know. I'm not too sure about that now because of what's going on with his neck and stuff. But yeah, I have no idea. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is, okay, Kenny Omega versus Swerve Strickland was amazing, right? It was a good match for TV. And a lot of people complain about it. And it's just like, why are you complaining? You didn't have to pay for it. If you don't like your money, then let me get your money. Because it's ridiculous. People complain about anything. They find excuses for anything. You're getting it on free TV, you complain. You get it on pay-per-view, I wish we could see this match on TV. Dude, it's like split. People just don't know what they want these days. But yeah, it was good. Right? And the biggest thing that happened after this was Swerve turned heel. He definitely turned heel. There's no questions about it. He turned heel. And in the beginning, when they were doing like the whole montage thing in the beginning, like everybody was talking into the camera, he said he needs this, right? Or he wanted it, whatever he said. I think he said, I need this, right? And then he said it in the end again, I needed this. And it's like, damn. Kenny Omega was the one that turned him heel. And it's just like, he's much more, I wouldn't say, I don't want to say he's not interesting as a babyface, but as a heel, he's something else as a heel. He's so entertaining. But yeah, that was big. That heel turn was crazy. What he did to him to take him out was crazy. Now people are saying that he did that so he won't make it to Revolution, but then they're saying that he could make it there. So is Swerve gonna be in a match in Revolution, or is he gonna be involved in a segment? Maybe possibly with the world title to cost Hangman, and then Kenny saves the day. I do not know. That's just what I'm going by. If he is gonna fly over there, because for what? What is he flying over there for if Swerve's not there? But if they're doing something with Swerve for Revolution, then that's the reason why you'll fly him out there. Because I think he's doing something from Mortal Kombat or something like that, Street Fighter. I can't remember. But yeah, that was a really good heel turn. And man, the evil in his eyes. He was a bastard. That's a bastard right there. But yeah, that was really good. Okay, now the final show that I'm covering, Friday Night SmackDown. So again, the biggest thing that I'm gonna just be talking about. So Cody Rhodes came out, and you had Jacob Fatu, and you had Drew McIntyre, right? So potentially this is going to be the WrestleMania match between these three. Cody's already in the chamber. Fatu, I don't know how you'll factor him in it, but maybe he'll go crazy or something. I don't know. But Drew's stirring up the pot between everything, and it's always Drew. He tries to play this, well, I didn't do anything wrong, when he's always the one that's starting everything, right? So Fatu goes crazy. He says something to him. I forgot what exactly he said. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot. Fatu wants to go after him. The security grabs Fatu. Alice is telling him stop. So yeah, that segment, it was okay. And I don't know, Drew said something about everybody's always after him because he's the champion. And then Cody says, it's not because you're the champion, it's because you're an asshole. But yeah, it was just pretty much just there, right? That segment. But that's just a little tease between those three. I think that's the triple threat match that we're going for the title. Because if we just do a Drew and Cody again, oh my God, just no, don't need it. Dragon Fatu, you put him in there, a little spicy in there, a little better. Yeah, I prefer that, please. And I'm just gonna briefly talk about this. Jade Cargill came out and said, you know, she's that bitch, and she's gonna go to Monday Night Raw to see who Liv picks. Again, she's going to pick Stephanie, but again, they have to do this thing where who is she gonna pick? So Jade is gonna go to Monday Night Raw. So yeah, that's all I have about that. That whole promo was just basically just about that. Then Rhea Ripley went up against Julia, and I'm only bringing up this segment. Well, this was a match, and then it turned into a segment with Lash kicking Rhea in the face, and then Nia came in. This is for the tag team titles, so that's why I'm bringing this one up. So they interrupted a good match. I don't even know why this is even. Why do we even do these matches, and then they just don't do them? Like, you're protecting her, but then it's like, why do the match at the same time? It frustrates me sometimes, but whatever. It is what it is. So, just reminding us that next week is going to be the tag team match between Io, Rhea, and Lash and Nia. So, again, we could have done something else, or we could have just at least had a winner, but I don't know. Just reminding us about the match. So, now I want to talk about the main event. Randy Orton versus Aleister Black. Okay. Drew lied, right? And said he was leaving. He didn't lie. He didn't lie. He lied. He hit Randy with the belt. Aleister picked up the biggest victory, right? I want to say the biggest victory in WWE. He pinned Randy Orton and he won. He finally wins. Wow. Aleister Black wins a match. Thank you. And he pins Randy Orton. That's big. Even if it was by interference, at least we got a winner. I'll take that. And that's the biggest win for Aleister Black. So, again, Drew is stirring the pot with everybody. He's just attacking people and just doing whatever the hell he wants, right? So, yeah, I'm happy for Aleister Black. He needed a big win. So, he got it. That's pretty much with SmackDown. That's like one of the big things. Like I said, I didn't want to talk about everything. These videos will be ridiculously long. So, and again, this video is already about to be long. But, okay, now I want to talk about, recap of the week. So, just to talk about some other things. So, we have, in the chamber, right, we have the men, right? We have Randy Orton. We have LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, Javon Evans, and now Trick Williams. Because within the night, he won his qualifying match. So far, so good. That's a pretty good lineup right there. Then for the women's, we have Alexa Bliss, Rhea Ripley, Tiffany Stratton, Asuka, and Kiana James. Kiana James, well, that was a shocker. And I'm pretty sure when she went to go pick up Nia, and people went crazy when she picked up Nia, right? It was like Andre the Giant, but not to that level. But it was just like people erupted when she did that, right? And actually did the slam, and people were chanting Kiana, and we have Kiana in there, and she did the little sneaky pin. 1, 2, 3, she's in. So I'm kind of happy for Kiana. But yeah, those are the chamber matches. And for a recap, I want to add in this one guy. So what I'm going to do is for these recaps for the week, right? I'm starting off from, we can do starting from Monday or whatever happens on a Sunday, right? I have nothing on a Sunday. right now. So Sunday going all the way to next Saturday, because I'll be doing these videos on Sundays, like I said. So we have Sunday into Saturday. I want to give a shout out to Ricky Sosa, right? That's my recap. I don't know what promotion that is, but I've been hearing his name a lot. I never knew who he was up until last weekend. God, his entrance is so good. So, Ricky Sosa, I'm going to add him into this recap thing. And pretty good wrestler from what I've seen. But, yeah, that ends the recap. I don't know if if this is not something you guys like, just let me know in the comments. But I'm going to have to do this, or I'm going to have to figure something else out for a video. And, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Again, check out my TikTok. I'll put it in the description box. I'm going to try to work on some other videos over the weekend. It's just sometimes I'm just so busy. I do so much. I do a lot, right, in my everyday life. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Like and subscribe. I appreciate every view, every like. I really do. And share. Do what you guys got to do. Just trying to grow this and trying to talk about more wrestling, right? I know you guys want to hear about more promotions. So I'm trying to do the best I can to fit everything in. So again, appreciate it. Like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one.